As Ed just reported, the news media was far less receptive of the president's speech than the general public was, as you'd expect. It wasn't just the anchors. Guests on the other cable networks were horrified. They barked and bellowed as their fellow panelists nodded in bovine agreement. Ooh, okay, yeah, you're right. Like this.
I saw this as a psychotically incoherent speech with cookies and dog poop. He is demonizing people who are immigrants in a way that was appalling.
There is nothing that was said last night that is credible, believable, or memorable.
That the President of the United States at this moment in the world did not mention climate change in even a sentence is just, frankly, a disgrace.
It's just a disgrace. They should talk about my pet issue. They should be required. It's disgraceful. But those assessments were sober, really, compared to the ravings of the former CIA director, John Brennan. Here he is.
I think Donald Trump raised to a new level the demagoguery, the hyperbole, the chauvinism, and even the misrepresentation on a lot of the issues, including on the foreign policy and national security front.
So think about that. It's John Brennan on TV. If you wanted to reassure Americans that their core institutions were stable and competent, that the so-called deep state was just a paranoid fantasy, everything was fine and totally on the level. If you wanted to convince the public of that, you probably wouldn't give John Brennan a TV contract, because John Brennan's last job was running the CIA, the most powerful intelligence agency in the world, and yet here, about 20 minutes later, we watch him play the part of the unemployed political consultant hack, repeating the dumbest possible partisan talking points on late-night cable. So the question is, how did a guy that limited rise to the very top of the federal bureaucracy, to the agency with the most power and the most guns and the most knowledge? And what exactly did he do with all that power? Those are the questions you might ask yourself about John Brennan after watching him on TV, and it's not reassuring at all.